Most men over 60 dress correctly for formal occasions and incorrectly for social ones. Not because they lack the clothes, because social occasions have a specific formality window that is narrower than most men realize. Too formal reads as uncertain, too casual reads as dismissive. And 5 specific things, worn to social occasions by most men over 60 on a regular basis, send the wrong signal every time, regardless of how correct everything else in the outfit is. The most commonly worn mistake of all 5 is the last one. Do not skip ahead. A social occasion is not a formal occasion, and it is not a casual one. These 5 things are not obscure mistakes. They are the most common ones, worn by most men over 60 at most social occasions because they feel safe, comfortable, or familiar. Understanding why each one fails at the social occasion is the first step to replacing it with the alternative that works correctly every time. On this channel, classic menswear for men over 60 who want to look sharp without overcomplicating it. No trends, just what works. In this video, 5 things men over 60 should never wear to a social occasion, why each one sends the wrong signal, and exactly what to wear instead. The first thing men over 60 should never wear to a social occasion: the chunky sports watch. The large case, thick profile, multi-subdial rubber strap watch that is correct for sport and completely incorrect for any social occasion where a blazer is involved. Here is what the chunky sports watch signals at a social occasion. The rest of the outfit has been considered. The blazer is correct. The shirt is pressed. The leather shoe is polished. Now here is the part nobody talks about. The slim leather strap watch that replaces the chunky sports watch does not need to be expensive. And this is where most men get it completely wrong. They keep the chunky sports watch for every occasion because it is the watch they own and it is comfortable and familiar. The replacement: a slim watch, case under 40 millimeters, profile under 10 millimeters, on a leather strap in tan, cognac, or warm brown. The same warm family as the belt and shoe. Takeaway: never wear the chunky sports watch to a social occasion. Replace it with a slim leather strap watch in the same warm family as the belt and shoe, the wrist connecting to the leather family rather than breaking it. The outfit complete from collar to wrist to waist to foot, rather than complete to the wrist and then abandoned. And once the watch is correct, the second thing is the one that most men over 60 wear to social occasions specifically because it feels age-appropriate, and that sends the opposite signal to the one intended. This next thing is worn specifically because it feels age-appropriate. It sends the opposite signal to the one intended, and it is one of the most common things on any social occasion table. Thing 2, worn because it feels age-appropriate, sends the opposite signal. The second thing men over 60 should never wear to a social occasion: the oversized blazer. The blazer that fitted correctly at 50 and now hangs slightly wide at the shoulder, slightly loose through the body, with the shoulder seam falling below the natural edge. Here is what the oversized blazer communicates at a social occasion. The shoulder seam falling below the natural edge narrows the visual shoulder, lengthens the visual arm, and creates the impression that the jacket is larger than the man wearing it. The jacket is wearing the man. Now here is the part nobody talks about. The oversized blazer cannot be corrected by tailoring after the fact if the shoulder seam is wrong, because moving the shoulder is a major alteration that costs more than most blazers are worth. The oversized blazer must be replaced. And this is where most men get it completely wrong. They keep wearing the oversized blazer because it is the blazer they own and it still feels like a blazer, and a blazer is a blazer, right? At a social occasion, the correct blazer and the oversized blazer are not the same piece. The replacement: A correctly fitted blazer, shoulder seam at the natural edge, confirmed at the point of purchase, not after. Navy or charcoal. The blazer that follows the body rather than hanging away from it. This blazer at any price point produces more authority at any social occasion than the oversized alternative at any price. Takeaway. Never wear an oversized blazer to a social occasion. Check the shoulder seam. If it falls below the natural shoulder edge, the blazer is too large. Replace it with a correctly fitted version at any price point. The correctly fitted blazer communicates presence and authority. The oversized blazer communicates the opposite. And once the blazer fits correctly, the third thing is the one at the neckline, the specific shirt choice that most undermines the blazer above it at social occasions. The third thing is at the neckline, the specific shirt choice that most undermines the correctly fitted blazer above it at social occasions. Thing 3. At the neckline, undermining the correct blazer above it. The third thing men over 60 should never wear to a social occasion, the shirt buttoned to the top without a tie. Here is what the buttoned to the top shirt without a tie communicates at a social occasion. The closed collar creates visual constriction at the throat, the tightest, most closed point in the outfit, which reads as tension rather than ease. The social occasion requires ease. Now here is the part nobody talks about. The first button open at a social occasion requires collar stays, the small metal inserts that keep the open collar lying flat rather than softening and curling by mid-evening. And this is where most men get it completely wrong. They button the shirt to the top without a tie because it feels more complete, the outfit finished rather than open. The open collar at a social occasion is not unfinished, the replacement. First button open on every dress shirt and Oxford shirt worn to a social occasion. Collar stays inserted before the shirt is put on. The collar lying flat all evening. The vertical corridor open at the throat, the jaw visible, the face forward. The correct signal for the social occasion, present, at ease, and completely deliberate. Takeaway. Never wear a shirt buttoned to the top without a tie to a social occasion. One button open with collar stays inserted. The open collar communicating ease at the social register rather than the tension of the fully closed neckline. The face more present, the man more at ease. The occasion read correctly. And once the neckline is correct, the fourth thing is the one at the base of the outfit, the shoe choice that most consistently undermines social occasion dressing for men over 60. The fourth thing is at the base of the outfit, the shoe choice that most consistently undermines social occasion dressing, and that is almost universal among men over 60 at casual social events. Thing 4. At the base, almost universal, undermining everything above it. The fourth thing men over 60 should never wear to a social occasion. The thick-soled trainer, the heavily cushioned, wide-toed, chunky-soled athletic shoe worn beneath an otherwise correctly assembled social occasion outfit, blazer, Oxford shirt, dark trouser. Here is what the thick-soled trainer communicates at a social occasion. The chunky sole adds visual bulk at the base, shortening the visual line of the trouser and adding weight to the base of the silhouette. Now here is the part nobody talks about. The slim leather shoe that replaces the thick-soled trainer at a social occasion does not require sacrificing comfort. And this is where most men get it completely wrong. They wear the thick-soled trainer to social occasions because it is comfortable and because they have been wearing it all day. The social occasion shoe is not the shoe worn all day, the replacement. A quality leather loafer or derby shoe in warm brown or tan. Quality leather, slim sole, classic silhouette. Polished before the social occasion, connected to the leather family at the belt and watch strap, stored beside the social occasion blazer so that selecting the blazer automatically prompts the correct shoe. Takeaway. Never wear a thick-soled trainer to a social occasion. Replace it with a quality leather loafer or derby shoe, slim sole, warm leather, polished, the base of the outfit completing the vertical line rather than interrupting it. 4 correct decisions above the ankle confirmed by 1 correct decision below it. And once the shoe is correct, the 5th and most commonly worn thing is the one that most men over 60 would never expect to be on this list, because it feels like the safe, age-appropriate, always correct choice. The last thing. Most men would never expect it on this list. It feels like the safe, always correct choice. It is not. Thing 5, unexpected. Feels safe, not safe. The 5th and most commonly worn thing men over 60 should never wear to a social occasion. Too much formality for the occasion. The full suit with a tie to a smart casual dinner. The formal dress shirt with double cuffs to a casual family gathering. Here is what overdressing communicates at a social occasion. The man in a full suit with tie at a smart casual dinner is the most formally dressed person in the room. This is not a position of authority at a social occasion. It is a position of miscalibration. Now here is the part nobody talks about. The correct formality for a social occasion is almost always the upper half of whatever the occasion requires, not the most formal option available. 2 questions before any social occasion. What is the most formal thing most people will be wearing? And this is where most men get it completely wrong. They choose the full suit with a tie for social occasions because it feels safer than the blazer without a tie, without realizing that overdressing signals uncertainty as clearly as underdressing. The replacement. The 5 things never worn to a social occasion and their replacements. Chunky sports watch, replaced by slim leather strap watch. Oversized blazer, replaced by correctly fitted blazer at any price point. Button to the top shirt without tie, replaced by first button open with collar stays. Takeaway. Never overdress for a social occasion. It signals uncertainty, not authority. The correct social occasion outfit is the upper half of what the occasion requires, not the most formal option available. And once all 5 things are understood, the complete picture of what the correct social occasion outfit looks like and why it works at every social occasion becomes clear. Here is the correct social occasion outfit for any man over 60. Correctly fitted navy or charcoal blazer, shoulder seam at the natural edge, white Oxford shirt, first button open, collar stays inserted. Dark charcoal or navy trouser, hemmed at 1 clean break at the shoe. Why this combination works at every social occasion. The correctly fitted blazer communicates presence and authority. The open collar communicates ease. The dark trouser and leather shoe communicate that the occasion was taken seriously. The white pocket square communicates complete intention. Now here is the part nobody talks about. The correct social occasion outfit works at every social occasion because it is calibrated to the social register rather than to a specific type of occasion. Smart casual dinner, correct. Family gathering with some formality, correct. The social occasion outfit checklist. Blazer, correctly fitted at the shoulder. Open collar, first button open, collar stays inserted. Trouser hemmed at 1 clean break at the shoe. Leather shoe polished, warm leather family. Pocket square, flat fold 5 to 8 millimeters. The 5 replacement pieces. Instead of chunky sports watch, slim leather strap watch at $40 to $80. Instead of oversized blazer, correctly fitted blazer at any price point confirmed at the shoulder. The social occasion signal the correct outfit sends. Takeaway. 5 things never worn to a social occasion. Chunky sports watch, oversized blazer, button to the top shirt without a tie, thick-soled trainer, too much formality. Here is the final truth about social occasion dressing after 60. The social occasion is the occasion where the man's appearance is most closely read, more than the formal occasion, which has a dress code, and more than the casual occasion, which has no expectation. Not the most expensive outfit, the most calibrated one, not the most formal option available, the most correct one for this specific occasion. Not the watch worn all day, the watch chosen for this evening. 5 decisions. The social occasion handled correctly every time. Which of these 5 things are you still wearing to social occasions? Drop it in the comments. The one that surprises most men, the one they never expected to be on the list, is almost always the 5th. Too much formality. What was yours? Subscribe for straight practical style advice for men who value confidence over trends. Next video, stop buying these 5 things after 60 and get these instead.